Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Obsidian Gaming, presenting my first theory video on my channel, which is not about video games, funnily enough. I probably could have planned that better. But today's video is about one of my favourite TV shows of all time, Doctor Who. More specifically, the season finale of the current series of Doctor Who, or the season 10 final of Doctor Who for those watching in the future. Now, almost every Whovian knows that this final is going to be a two-parter, similar to the final of Series 8 with the Cybermen and Missy. However, this series final doesn't just feature one type of Cybermen, not two types of Cybermen, not 9,826 types of Cybermen, but 3 types of Cybermen. The original 1969 variations, the parallel universe-inspired Cybermen, and the modern sleek 2016 variants. This has led many in the Whovian community to theorise, as nobody knows what a relationship between these 3 groups and Missy is going to be like, although set images make it seem like the 3 Cybermen will be collaborating on general destruction and assimilation. But through the aforementioned on-set images, I'm sure that I found a likely storyline for the final. I would put an intro here, but like I can't afford one, so black screen transition. So my theory is that the Cybermen have Missy's TARDIS. Now let's get the obvious out of the way. The future Cybermen are time travelling. I mean, it's the logical way these future Cybermen are meeting the original Cybermen. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a TARDIS. To my knowledge, in the Whoverse there are 3 methods of time travel. TARDIS is tardite? What is the plural of TARDIS? Well, yeah, that, the Dalek time machine, and the crude time jump technology demonstrated by Captain Jack Harkness, used by both humans and Cybermen in the future. Worth noting that human and Cybermen time jump technology isn't exactly identical, but really close. So wouldn't it be more logical that they use the time jump to travel? Well, as I said, this technology is crude, often taking the user to a wrong time and harming the user's health. Yet they have been trying to time travel since the 1980s. Successfully used this method in the Silver Nemesis. So the initial because we're time travelling argument isn't as strong as it first seemed, but to quote crappy daytime TV, it's location, location, location. And where is this episode taking place? Well, Mondas. This is shown by one of the on-set images nicknamed by fans the Surgeon. Just by looking at this image you can infer from the spoopy medical vibes this thing is involved with the Cybermen conversion process. Yet if this is Earth, after Mondas had already been converted, then the process would be more mechanical, as seen in the Parallel Universe episode. I mean, I don't know about you, but this design doesn't look like something that is well funded. Still 10 times better than the NHS will be if the current UK government has their way. Seemingly implying that this is before the Cybermen had power and was still an underground Mondasian cult, quietly experimenting on themselves, preparing and scheming to convert the rest of Mondas. Also, if the Cybermen are travelling back in time to the beginnings of cyberkind, as we've inferred from their image, well, they're going to be trying to change something. I mean, what are the chances of them going back to that specific time for some other reason rather than changing history? And with this generation of Cybermen only having one story, in which their planet was blown up, that would probably be the thing they were changing. But what does any of this have to do with TARDIS travel? Well, if my last conclusions were right about this being a Cyberman origin story and the modern Cybermen going back to change something, then it would be a paradox. Paradoxes, although rarely mentioned by name, are a big part of the Doctor Who universe. Ever wondered why the Doctor just doesn't go back in time to stop the problem before it begins? Well, then there would be no problem, so the Doctor would have no reason to stop the problem in the past. So there would have been a problem, so on and so forth, aka a paradox. You actually get to see a paradox in the 2005 episode, Father's Day, where Rose travels back in time to save her dead dad from dying in a car accident during her mother's pregnancy. Yet obviously this has profound changes on her life, one of which being never meeting the Doctor, hence never travelling back in time, hence her dad dying, but when if her dad dies she does meet the Doctor, etc, etc, a continuous loop. Consequently, time got frozen into a 1-hour loop over and over again until the situation was rectified. And to up the ante even more, there were Reapers, creatures who only exist to terrorise people in these paradox states. And in a similar vein to this, was Cybermen changing history so as Mondas was never destroyed, or even upgrading so as the Cybermen were so advanced they won all their battles, would create a similar paradox. If only there was some sort of machine that could stop paradoxes in this universe. And if only this machine was made from a TARDIS, you know, the basis for this theory. Oh, wait. Yes, for those of you who don't know, TARDISes can be turned into paradox machines, as seen in the Series 3 final, where the Master turns the Doctor's TARDIS into one, so as to kill off 1/3 of the human population, and still keep their descendants from the future alive and well. aka a machine that allows you to change time with no consequence. Exactly what the Cybermen need. But that leaves the question, how did the Cybermen get Missy's TARDIS? Well, this is obvious. In the final of Series 8, the last time the Cybermen and Missy teamed up, which now makes so much more sense in regards to the Cybermen being used. I mean, Cybermen are famous for teaming up with other villains to help them convert people. Also famous for betraying these people. In fact, in all these Cyber team-up episodes, they either betray their helper or are defeated before they get a chance. All except one. Yep, you guessed it, the Series 8 final. Unless the reason they wanted to work with Missy was to steal her TARDIS. It also makes sense within the arc of the current series, having only just 2 episodes ago at the time of this upload, revealing that Missy is indeed in the vault, and the way the Doctor asked for her help makes me think that they're trying to build up on the frenemy relationship between these two, and it would be such a good conclusion to this arc. Ask the Doctor for his help to reclaim her TARDIS, showing amazing character growth for her. And finally, my last piece of evidence for this is the way that the team of the Series 8 final are pretty much the same for this final, and the Series 8 final was written and marketed so as to draw as many parallels as possible to the 1968 episode Invasion. At the time of this release, articles went on and on about all the similarities and Easter eggs between the episodes, and the writers pretty much confirmed that the entire final was a homage to the Invasion. And if it's the same team again, it would only make sense to draw inspiration from another classic Cybermen story, this time the 1985 story Attack of the Cybermen, in which the Cybermen tried to steal a TARDIS to learn how to time travel so as to save Mondas from blowing up. Sound like a certain theory you just wasted the past 7 minutes of your life watching? However, the difference between this episode and Attack of the Cybermen will be that the Cybermen succeed, and instead of the Doctor's TARDIS, it will be Missy's TARDIS. The only thing I can't seem to figure out is how the 2006 Cybermen fit into this. We know they don't have the Cybers logo on them, so it's unlikely they're from the parallel universe, so maybe the 2017 Cybermen have brought with them the 2006 Cybermen for extra support. Or maybe they're from a parallel universe and have just stopped wearing the logo and are trying to change and defend history, or rather, change it to their benefit, through trying to get Missy's TARDIS for themselves. I just don't know how they fit into it. So, in conclusion, I believe that in the Series 10 final of Doctor Who, the Cybermen will have travelled back to the beginnings of cyberkind on Mondas, with Missy's TARDIS after nicking it in the Series 8 final, Death in Heaven, proceeding to turn the TARDIS into a paradox machine so as to change history in their favour. The Doctor, Bill and Missy will come together to stop them and save the universe. Also, the 2006 Cyber model will either be helping or fighting the 2017 and the 1963 cyber factions. Well, that's it. Theory done. Thanks for watching and goodbye.